Hi everyone. I would like to share about finally on the first week of April 2026, the Energy Commission has issued notices to energy consumers affected by the Energy Efficiency and Conservation Act 2024. Finally, this is the news that many have been waiting among energy consumers, among energy managers since last year. Even until this year, I received quite numbers of queries when the Energy Commission want to issue the notice, when it's supposed to receive the notice. Last year, I was told that supposed to be out somewhere in February, but I think some issue because of the restructuring everything somehow. But finally, put that all that aside. Finally, during the first April 2026, first week of April 2026, the notice finally issued in stages. Some of my clients have received the notice. I don't know what is the strategy, but I guess Energy Commission is sending notices. I think started with the largest energy consumers. That's my assumption, but I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyway, at least now the notice has been issued, and some have received it. Okay, I would like to look at this to one perspective. Yesterday, I had a kick-off meeting for energy consumers, an energy consumer in Selangor that appointed me as a consultant and trainer to guide them to develop and implement energy management system to comply to the Act. During the kick-off meeting, the CEO attended the kick-off meeting, and he asked me one so-called pertinent questions. Okay, I think he was very positive, but he wanted me to share based on my experience what are tangible impact or tangible benefits to the company apart of complying to the Act, apart of just complying to the legal requirements. This is something interesting, and this kind of question is not the first time for me I receive such question. But that's somehow when that kind of question coming from the top management, in this case the CEO, it is a public listed company. It means that yes, they are expecting something, something tangible. Of course, my answer is very simple. I told straight to the team, because it was team, the committee, the top management, the HR director, the CEO, all the head of in the plant. My first answer, of course, I think it was a fair question. The question is very fair. My answer was very simple. I told them, yes, you will have something tangible. And then he asked, how much? Okay, my answer is simple. Because when you want to comply to the Act, you have to develop energy management system, and you must make sure you develop and implement the system, and then you must monitor the system. And I told him, okay, how much work. Of course, from the complying, you have the system. You should be able to improve your energy performance, and then you should be able to quantify that. About how much, okay, in the energy management system, you need to set the target. You are the one who is supposed to set the target. So if talking about how much, how bold you can be when it comes to the target setting. Simple as that. If you want to achieve more saving, I already to put more resources, budget and all that. So that's how that can be the complying to the Act can see something tangible. I told him in particular, if you're talking about starting from business as usual, means that you never really manage your energy resource. I simply say that if you at that stage, easily you can save 5 to 10% without big investment. If you're starting from business, it's as usual. If you want to achieve more than that, how much you are willing to put resources, especially capital expenditure. That's something tangible. And the system, when you have a system, you should be able to quantify that improvement. You should be able to calculate how much exactly you save actually. You will come up with a number. That's something tangible. So, will complying to the ECA will give you tangible benefit? Yes, of course. If you save energy, you save your energy costs. It's good for the business, especially if the industry, the energy consumption is quite big compared to overall cost. That's the energy cost. The energy cost is relatively high compared to other costs. So that's something tangible. Of course, if you reduce energy costs, you can make your product more competitive, something like that. That's something tangible. On top of that, you can translate your saving in terms of energy saving into your carbon emission reduction that you can report in your sustainability report, in your some kind of carbon kind of reporting and all that. That help you to also improve your ESG performance on the environment part. They also can give you much better standing in the market if you are showing good ESG ratings because you are a public listed company. There are tangible benefit, okay, energy related benefit. There are also non-energy related benefit for the business. So I think the question was quite fair. No, that's why we must look at this when the notice has been issued. So the RAM must use this notice to secure the commitment, because it's no longer an option for company to have or not to have the energy management system. And then they must have the energy manager. They must appoint energy manager who is expected, to be the champion of energy management for the plant, okay, or the building. So this is something that interesting. So finally, the notice has been out, okay, and then for energy manager, there will be a few categories of consumers. One, they are eager to comply because they're part of the culture, legal comment. And second one, they will wait and see, okay, whether Energy Commission will so-called enforce it or not, will come over and check or not. And then some maybe just don't care. Some maybe just don't care. They won't do anything until they are penalized. There are different. But for me, that's the challenge of the energy manager, registered energy manager, to navigate all the different possible scenario of the top management in making the complying to the act something useful, something can benefit the company, something tangible, something can be quantified and all that. Okay, so finally the notice has been out. So again, I want to recap what you need to do, what any consumer must do once you receive the notice. Of course, once you receive the notice, from the date of the notice, within 3 months, you must appoint the registered energy manager. And then from the date of the notice, you must also conduct your first energy audit and submit the report. The energy audit conducted by registered energy auditor, and the consumer must submit the report within 12 months from the date of the notice. And then the third one, upon appointment of the registered energy manager, the consumer must develop and implement energy management system within 12 months from the appointment of the registered energy manager. And finally, after the 12th month of the appointment of the registered energy manager, the consumer must send the report, the energy efficiency and conservation report, to the Energy Commission. The report to be prepared by registered energy manager and then to be submitted by the energy consumer. And then the energy audit just now is every 5 years. So again, the notice has been out. This is something that many parties have been waiting for. So let's make this act works. The ultimate goal is basically for us to achieve the net zero 2050 that will ensure our survival by ensuring the temperature rise from the global warming not go beyond 1.5 degrees C. Thank you very much. All the best to all of us.